In the past several years, Colorado has experienced economic and population growth. Yet many communities are struggling to recruit and retain an effective early childhood workforce. Even before the COVID-19 pandemic, which caused childcare closures across the state, almost 50% of Coloradans were living in childcare deserts, severely lacking care for the children in the area. To address these issues, the Transforming the Early Childhood Workforce in Colorado initiative was created. The goal was to develop sustainable, innovative approaches for increasing and supporting the workforce. Since 2018, 13 partnerships representing urban, rural, and resort communities have been awarded innovation grants to test solutions on 4 key levers: recruitment and retention, working conditions, education and career pathways, and compensation.
One of the main features of this initiative was to foster innovation in the workforce space. What we wanted to do was to give communities the chance to test new ideas and to implement them. And we knew as a foundation, us and the Buell Foundation, that it really was going to take philanthropy to take the risk on trying new things. And so we put together a multi-phase, multi-year initiative to focus on innovation at the local level that we knew actually would translate into state-level policy and change.
I think we decided to start this initiative when we became aware of the critical shortage of early childhood workforce that was coming on in Colorado. We knew we needed to find the barriers, we needed to remove those barriers, and we needed to make it easier for folks to get into this wonderful profession. As we went about this work, we wanted to make sure that we were looking at local solutions as well as statewide solutions. We wanted to make sure that we were addressing the needs of all families. Equity is really important and it's different around the state. And we needed to find things that could grow with the state, be scalable, replicable, and sustainable.
Community partnerships piloted innovative ideas that have led to local and statewide changes around the most pressing issues impacting the workforce. These projects have contributed knowledge on how to build and maintain a diverse workforce and make Colorado a place where children and families can thrive.
If you know or are a working parent yourself, you realize how challenging it is to find great programming for your children, infants, toddlers, preschoolers. And we are working in Colorado to really increase access. In order to do that, to have a thriving economy, we need teachers who are well-educated, well-prepared, and who are eager to continue on with their own learning and be engaged in professional communities. So as a professor at CU Denver, it's a wonderful opportunity to engage in innovation around how we offer programming and to design pathways that are more responsive to our community's unique challenges. And the pathway that we've been working on in collaboration with Early Milestones is a wonderful example of that kind of partnership.
One of the things that we have seen in our valley is that the demographics of our children are very half and half between our Latino children and the other races. And so we really want to increase the workforce with Latino educators. We had one class in our Roaring Fork Valley where we had primarily a lot of English-speaking teachers and a lot of Spanish-speaking children. And we were able to place a high school volunteer that spoke Spanish into that classroom. And when the children were able to see that she spoke Spanish, their eyes just lit up. They were so excited to be able to see someone that looked and spoke like them. And that's when we knew that this initiative was really important to us. That's when we knew that bringing equity and diversity and language justice into our early childhood centers in our Roaring Fork Valley was going to be the work that we were going to do.
One of the long-term impacts of this project is that we've now developed a CDA curriculum in Spanish that specifically is targeted towards in-home child caregivers, those family, friends, and neighbors who are taking care of kids in their homes. It's culturally responsive. It's intended for Spanish-speaking students and a bilingual teacher, and that's something that is going to impact our work for years to come.
The Transforming the Early Childhood Workforce Initiative highlighted the importance of partnerships and on-the-ground community building. Each grantee focused on responding to community needs and building strong coalitions to build local capacity.
The candidates that are a part of the Pamoja Early Childhood Workforce Program are coming from countries where it's very common for the mother to be the provider at home, caring for the children, not often going out into the workplace. So as they resettle in their new communities here in Colorado, finding opportunity to be able to be a mother while having a professional career, the early childhood field is just, it's perfectly suited for these communities.
Because I was a teacher in my country. When I came here, I tried to work as a teacher here, and because the language and I didn't know how to start, Pamoja program helped me to and opened the door for me to reach my goal and to continue to be a teacher.
One of the aspects of moving forward with the Pamoja program, and the most powerful aspect, is the women themselves. They really do lead the program. They let us know what they need, how they can receive it, what their constraints are, what their dreams are. It's really those dreams and goals that lead us to the next step.
Workforce Innovation grantees have identified a number of solutions that are now being scaled across the state and supported with increased funding. These include career navigators, targeting newly qualified candidates with tailored coursework, and recruiting high school students with concurrent enrollment programs.
Our partnership with the Early Milestones Grant has really allowed St. Vrain to create a robust pathway partnered with CU Denver for students and paraprofessionals to pursue their educational goals within early childhood education. We started off 4 years ago by targeting high school students from underrepresented populations or potentially first-generation college students and taking our courses. And so from that, we've really grown. So we started with these original 17 high school students to now we have over 100 high school students taking our courses today.
One of the other things that's so interesting in this is as the high school students did it and the adults started to be really interested in how do we want to be teachers too. They were really committed to our community, really committed to working with early childhood students. And we found out that it was an amazing opportunity to help future professionals and the experienced adults really share in that learning together, and it became a real vibrant learning community.
Though this initiative highlighted several promising solutions to Colorado's early childhood workforce shortage, the work is not done. Long-standing barriers including historically low wages and a lack of infrastructure to support career progress. Both issues contribute to high turnover and low levels of professionals entering the field. Additionally, 2 years into the pandemic, many programs remain closed, and those that have reopened struggle to find and keep qualified staff. As Colorado's new Department of Early Childhood launches in 2022 and prepares to implement a universal pre-kindergarten program in 2023, we can look to the successes of the Early Childhood Workforce Innovation grantees for inspiration and scalable solutions.
I think there's 4 things that we need to focus on going forward. The first one is absolutely to be ready for our universal preschool program and to have the workforce in place that we need. The second one is to make sure that we have the infant and toddler care that we need. It's such an area of shortage for families, and so that part of the sector needs to grow. And we also need to focus on home-based care and making sure that's high quality and well-supported care. And finally, the hardest one to crack really is to really focus on and create solutions around compensation of the workforce. It's absolutely essential.
I think the most important thing is that we actually use what we learned. We learned many things in this initiative, and they're beginning to be integrated already. Emphasis on the workforce and the stimulus funding, interest in the workforce at the local level and at the state level with particular projects to support the early childhood workforce. And I think just a general recognition that the professionals in this work are professionals, and we need to support them and keep them.
We don't have a strong society, we don't have a strong economy unless we have a strong next generation. And that really starts with things like childcare and early learning. So if we don't have the experts and the caring individuals to teach those children, where are we gonna be in 20, 25, 30 years? So that's why this is so important. It's a key piece of how we build community and a strong society.
Learn more about the work of Early Childhood Workforce Innovation grantees at earlymilestones.org.